for your time. I just want to share a little bit about my experience and encourage the people who are competing today that Toastmasters is a way. It is not the way. Toastmasters is a way, but it is not the way. In 2015, I left it all on the stage. I ended my speech on my knees, telling everyone that they were unbreakable and how amazing they are. And as I stood there after the interview, waiting for the contest master to announce the winners, I was shaking, just like some of you probably are now if you're competing. Who's competing? All right, yes, we're here. I know, yeah, we can practice. Who has competed previously? Yes, we can relate. We're family now. Most of you know what it's like to prepare for the contest and to practice and to be sitting in the audience waiting to give this speech that you practiced so much that you are disgusted with it. I understand how you feel. As I stood on that stage in 2015, shaking, waiting, hopeful, a little arrogant, a little more arrogant than I should have been because I knew I was going to win. Ego. My ego stood before me because I just knew I was the best speaker. Not only was I the best speaker, I was the youngest speaker at that time. All these other old people in their 30s and 40s. One lady gave a speech about a vacuum. And then it was time. I saw the envelope delivered to the contest master, and it was time. Third place, Ramona J. Smith. And I stood there with that fake smile. No, I ain't gonna win. And when you put so much emphasis on a trophy, and you put everything that you have in something outside of yourself, something intangible to make you feel important, you will never forget the name of the person who beat you, Kitty Brando. Kitty Brando. I will never forget her name for as long as I live. She's an amazing speaker. Kitty, if you're watching this, I love you. You're amazing. She's a DTM. She's a comedian. She's amazing. So I'm not talking down on Kitty, but I was hurt that day. For anyone competing tonight, it is not about the trophy. If it's about the trophy, you are in it for the wrong reason. If the only reason why you are competing is to become the next district champion or the next world champion, and that's the only reason why you're competing, you're doing it wrong. What I learned between 2015 and 2018 is that it's not about me. It's not about Ramona J. Smith's name. It's not about the trophy. It's not about me getting up there being the youngest or the cutest or the most talented speaker. It is about the message that you are delivering to the audience to inspire, to entertain, to persuade, to transform. To bring more people who are afraid, deathly afraid to get on this stage, to bring more people to Toastmasters in order for them to overcome those fears. We have to put our egos aside. We have to put our arrogance aside. We have to put the imposter syndrome aside that tells us if we do not win this trophy tonight, we are not good speakers. So many people who compete, they quit if they don't win. They leave Toastmasters if they don't win. They get upset with the people who, I don't know who the judges are, we don't know. But the judge, she didn't like me, or that time I didn't fill the role in Toastmasters, that's why she didn't choose me. Oh, you just didn't have the best speech that day. Don't take it personally. Do not take it personally. You take this lesson and you learn how to get better for next year. And if you really want to learn how to get better for next year, my name is Ramona J. Smith. I offer coaching. I do have a coaching program if you are interested. Actually, several of the people who I'm coaching, of course, only one person can win it all, but several of my clients are district champions right now. I have a district champion in District 90. I have a district champion in, I want to say, District 56. A couple people who work with me, they are district champions right now. I can't promise you that, but if you want to work with me, Ramona J. Smith, I have to scoot out after this because I'm going to Qatar and Dubai next week, but I would love to work with you. But for those of you who are really interested in learning, take notes from today. Because I know 6 people are competing, 6 amazing speakers are competing, but there can only be how many? One. There can only be one. In this situation, everybody doesn't get a trophy, unfortunately. We don't have 6 trophies, we only have 3. But take what you learned from today and apply it to the next time, and the next time, and the next time. What is that called? That's called resilience. That's called resilience. Do you know how many times Muhammad Ali got knocked down but not knocked out? Do you know how many times your favorite champions failed? We fell forward. We fell forward. Tonight, leave it all on the stage. Leave it all on the stage. And if you have not properly prepared, my friend, who is going to be up here speaking, if you have not properly prepared, the person who was preparing while you were sleeping, or while you were scrolling, or while you were doing TikTok dances, that person is probably going to have the advantage. There's a formula that I created for confidence. It's 2 simple things: knowledge and preparation. Knowledge and preparation, boom, you have confidence. If you are not speaking this evening on a topic that you are knowledgeable about, that authenticity is not going to shine through. If you have not prepared, my friends, and if you work with me as one of my clients, we will prepare. You will hate that speech. My speech in 2018 was called Still Standing. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Anyone? 2 people? Thank you, YouTube. Yeah, appreciate it. But if you have not prepared that speech so much to the point you're like, if I say this theme or this foundational phrase one more time, I'm just gonna, you have to prepare to the point of despair. Ooh, I just made that up. Prepare to the point of despair? You like or no? No? Okay, well, can't. But do the speech so much that it hurts. Do it so much that you can do it in your sleep. Do it so much that if something happened right now, it's not going to distract you or take away from that speech. You can pivot. Because if you go back and watch my 2018 speech, there was something that happened at the very end that I did not expect. But because I knew that speech front to back, it flowed. It flowed. There was a point in the end of the speech where I said, "We're still standing," and the audience said, "Yeah, yeah." 2 people over here. Come on now. Ooh, I appreciate that. Yes, I didn't practice that, but I knew my speech so well that when they did that, it was just like, ooh, very nice. So if you have not practiced that speech to the point where you know it front to back, in and out, top to bottom, you could probably say it in reverse, maybe you have not prepared enough. There are people who really take this seriously. There are people, you are not just competing against your district anymore. There are 30,000 plus people all over the world who want it just as bad as you do. So what is going to separate you from the people who are practicing day and night? What is going to separate you from the people who, I need Toastmasters to be better in my career? I need Toastmasters to make more money for my family. See, sometimes in America we take things for granted. We take things for granted because a lot of things we don't really have to work too hard for. We don't have to learn another language if we speak English as a first language. We don't have to over-prepare if we're naturally talented. But that's the thing with these contests, it is a global contest. You are competing with people who eat, sleep, think, love. They might even have a Toastmasters tattoo. That's how much they love it. I've seen it. I've seen it. But my friends, if you did not put in the work, the outcome is going to match the effort. So for those of you who really worked hard, you got the knowledge, maybe you studied a few greats, obviously it wasn't me, but maybe you watched a couple of those previous World Championship of Public Speaking videos, you know you have a message that's dynamic, you know you're going to get up there and look good and present yourself well, you know you're going to have effective use of the stage, heck, maybe even you have a pro. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. If you know that you've given your all and you've given everything you possibly can tonight, you don't walk away empty-handed even if you don't get a trophy. You never, ever walk away without either winning or learning. So if tonight does not go in your favor, still celebrate. Still go to, what is the restaurant that I like? It's actually, I think it's in Burbank. They got the Pazookies, BJ's. Still take yourself out to BJ's. Still get a Pazookie tonight. Still celebrate the small things because we always either win or we learn. Those are the only two outcomes for this evening. Now I'm strictly talking to the contestants. Do not leave here angry or frustrated with the Kitty Brandalls of the world. Do not leave here angry, frustrated, and upset with Toastmasters. Do not leave here angry and upset with yourself. Because in that ring in 2015, when I got knocked out by Kitty Brandall, I took what I learned from those knockouts, and then I utilized that knowledge in 2018. Everything I learned in 2015 from my lack of victory brought me to the World Championship stage that I won at, and I took the title in 2018 because there were some guys that should. Because there were some things that I just did not know. Who's competing for the first time? Yes. If you're competing for the first time, you have a great advantage because unfortunately, the more you compete, the lower your odds go. But you have an advantage. But that was my first time competing as well, and there were just things that I did not know. There were little things that I did not know. So working with other people, learning from other people, understanding that it wasn't a bad speech. There's just a little more tweaking that you have to do to your speech. Understand that. It's okay. You're not going to leave here empty-handed, but that is a mental choice that you have to make. Tonight, there are only two outcomes. You either win or you learn. You either win or you learn. That's it. That's all that is going to happen tonight. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to feel confident. I want you to look good and feel good and sound good and have this moment tonight to remember that Toastmasters has brought you out of the shadows of a fear of public speaking. Toastmasters has given you new friends, new experiences, new opportunities to shine, new opportunities to lead, and maybe tonight a new opportunity to be the next world champion of public speaking. Tonight, there are only two outcomes. You either win or you learn. Thank you so much. Back to you.